Okay, I'm gonna talk this song. Early one morning the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she'd changed at all, if her hair was still red. Her folks had said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress and Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, headed up to the East Coast. Lord knows I've paid some dues getting through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, then abandoned it out west. Split up on a dark, sad night, both agreeing that it was best. She turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, "We'll meet again someday on the avenue." Tangled up in blue. I had a job in the great Northwoods, working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I was looking to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. And all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I'd seen a lot of women, she never escaped my mind. I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working at a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I kept just looking at the side of her face in the spotlight. It was so clear. Later on, the crowd thinned out. I was just about to do the same. She was standing there at the back of my chair. She said, "Tell me, don't I know your name?" Well, I muttered something underneath my breath, and she'd studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoe. Tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. She said, "I thought you'd never say hello." She said, "You look like the silent type." Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet of the 13th century. And and every one of those words rang true and glowed like burning coal. They were pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul from me to you. Tangled up in blue. I lived with them on Montague Street in a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. Then he started dealing with slaves. Something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. But when finally the bottom fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to just keep on keeping on, like a bird that flew. Tangled up in blue. So now I'm going back again. I've got to get to her somehow. And all the people we used to know, they are an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians and some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it all got started, and I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, headed for another joint. We always did feel the same, but we just saw it from a different point of view. Tangled up in blue. Tangled up in